Hi, Space Village. Today, although I do love the technical part and all of the connections that we have regarding space, and I'm looking into regolith and ice mining, and that's a really cool thing. I'm bringing you something slightly different, and that is the satellite market. But we are looking into, in particularly, the ground market. What does that mean? And I'll pull up the 2018 Global Space Economy Report from Bryce Space and Technology. And they have this, like you can see on screen, very, very cool, call them the Wheel of Life of Space. It's just by coincidence that it's $360 billion. If you do sum up, you see that they made the rounding up. But it's still very cool that in 2018, we had a $360 billion economy, okay? So really a lot of money. Most of it, if you can see between the blue and the red, 82.5 billion in the non-satellite industry, and all the remaining 277.4 in the satellite. But what we really love, we love launch, okay? And right now we know, and if you think about this and you see it, it's mostly US, okay? $50.1 billion US government budget. That's pretty amazing. Now, let's fast forward this to 2019. There were changes. I do like to, because we still have the same, you can look into things with the same dimensions. What we know is that it did grow, $6 billion in a year, pretty nice, okay? Again, the government budgets increased, $95.2 billion, and in particular today I'm going to look into a slice of it, okay? I'll be looking at inside the satellite industry, that's where the money is right now. I'll be looking at the satellite ground equipment, in particular to the satellite TV, radio, broadband and mobile equipment, that part. And the interesting part is that between 2018 and 2019, I might got a nice chart over here. Man, in fact, satellite TV, radio, broadband, it came down. Well, minus $0.2 billion, but it did decrease. So, why is this happening? And for that, I'll be using something called a Porter 5 forces analysis. This, and after some analysis in here, what I can say is that, well, there aren't really new entrants in the segment. Think about that. There are not really new people bringing up new satellite services or new TVs, new radio, broadband, or mobile equipment focused on the ground. Buyer power, it's not really a problem, okay? People maintain the same low level of influence in here, but there is threats coming in from substitution. I think that's where Starlink will come up against this satellite TV, radio, broadband, and even mobile equipment. Let's put the hardware to the side. But yes, indeed, the threat of substitution is coming in, and also the supplier power, guys. It's medium. So, what do we have in here? What should we look into? What can companies do that have a, let's think about Sirius FM. Let's think about those guys. What will they do? They really need to start thinking on how can they shift to probably become satellite non-ground equipment, okay? Becoming over the web, becoming spaceborne. Very interesting thing. I think this sector of the satellite TV, radio and broadband will change as we kind of dematerialize the equipment on the ground into something going up. It's changing. We already know. We've seen Cliff Burger on the show, and he's doing up there on the cloud everything that has to do with security and cyber security. So there is a change in the market. And we need to think about that as this market probably if it's gonna shrink again, and we'll have these new entrants. Starlink, other companies providing everything spaceborne, in LEO, not in GEO, but or even in very low Earth orbit. Hope that you enjoyed this. I'm placing the charts up there. It's really something to make us think as overall the economy of the space economy is moving forward and where new companies are going to place their products. Again, our heart is always in the launch, okay? It's always in the space exploration, but it's so small compared to the overall economy. But it's like that, you know? We do so many things that are not that the big economy, the ones that inspire us. In my case, it's human space flight, but the first option right now is space resources that you can see. It's really a tiny little bit, okay? I hope that you enjoy your day and give me some comments on the Porter analysis. I think it's an interesting way because it allows companies to look into how the market is evolving and understand what they can do inside. Always process.